Let me give you an example of a trigger that tries to access data that's not stored in trigger.new and what happens as a result of it. Here we have a simple trigger that runs whenever a contact is created. The trigger is called match account owner. And if a contact is associated with an account, the trigger simply sets that contact's owner to the owner of that contact's account. A simple yet powerful trigger. And remember, a flawed trigger in its current state. I recommend pausing this video now and taking a moment to analyze why this trigger won't work. Here's why this trigger doesn't work. In this colored line, we're trying to access data that's not in trigger.new. Yes, the myCon contact variable is within trigger.new, so we have access to that contact and its base fields. However, in the colored code, we're trying to access information from that contact's account. That data is not stored in trigger.new. So what actually happens if we save this code? Well, Salesforce lets us write and save this bad trigger. But if we try to access things that aren't saved in trigger.new's memory, Salesforce will just treat it as null. This is important to remember because you might think that your code works because it saves without errors, but your code might not work as expected because of these null values. So this trigger will save, but when we actually try to insert a contact in our org afterwards, we'll essentially be attempting to set our contact owner to null. Fortunately, that would give us an error message because every contact must have an owner. But keep this lesson in mind because Salesforce lets most other fields be set to null, and that could have some unexpected consequences for your triggers. To sum it all up, we need SOQL to query data that's not stored in trigger.new, and most of the good stuff is not in trigger.new. So Apex needs SOQL badly.